This is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of the Perception Diet, and today I have for you part 4 of how to love your body. Okay, so again, if you have not seen part 1, part 2, and part 3, stop this video. This won't make any sense to you. I want you to go back and watch those, okay? And I actually want you to practice those things before you come to this video. So I've put the links to part 1, part 2, and part 3 all below. So just to quickly recap, part 1, you stop complaining about your body so you can start to figure out what's really going on with you. And if you're still doing this now, you're probably getting closer and closer and closer to what's really going on for you. And that's amazing, so keep going. Part 2, you stop labeling food in your body as good and bad. You stop looking outside yourself for your value and your virtue, and you start to acknowledge your value and your virtue in your positive aspect journal at night. Part 3 was, what did I even say here? Oh yeah, what am I making this mean? So you're going to the root of your fear. So you're taking your body fear, you're taking your food fear, you're taking your negative thoughts about whatever it is that's happening in your life. You're following all the way through to that root fear. Then you're taking your power back and you're telling yourself a new story. And then you tell yourself that new story every single time you feel terrible inside your body. And then you start to amass the evidence to support the new story, and this takes the pressure off your body. Okay? So all this is basically to say, right? Your body and your food were never meant to be the thing that helped you determine your value, that helped you determine your virtue, that helped you determine your worth, and help you determine how great you are. So therefore, when you're doing those things, when you're looking to your body to give you those things, you're going to be constantly caught in this hamster wheel, and you'll never be able to love your body. So this is basically how we get to a place where we love our body, is we put our bodies in its rightful place, where it actually belongs, as a supporting element and a supporting tool in your life, not the thing that determines if you're good or you're bad, because it's always going to change, right? And really what you want is to know that you can feel good about yourself, that you can feel valuable, that you can feel worthy, no matter what's going on with your body. That is freedom, okay? And that is how you will love your body, right? You will love your body when it's no longer the thing that has to be this certain way, otherwise you can't love yourself. Okay? When you finally get to a place where you realize that you can love yourself no matter how your body looks through these practices, you will naturally start to love your body. Okay? So that's where we come to part 4. Okay, so now that you've been doing your positive aspect journal, and you've been spending some time appreciating yourself every single day, and you've been spending some time telling yourself a new story that feels so much better every single day, now we can move to part 4, which is actual personal care. Okay, so much in the self-love community out there, and like all these people telling you how to love yourself and how to love your body or whatever. They're telling you over and over again, like, take good care of your body, because it's hard to hate a body you are taking such good care of, and blah 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 blah. So like, eat good and exercise and take baths and write in your journal and go to yoga and blah blah blah. And I just want to say, okay, here's the thing: self-care is not something that you do, okay? Self-care is a feeling. So, at the end of the day, you can be in yoga class, and you can be drinking a green juice, and you can be, writing in your gratitude journal and hating yourself all the way through it, okay? You can be using your self-care as a self-improvement method rather than as a self-love method. And that's basically what most of us are doing. And this is why, at the end of the day, everyone tells me, they come up to me like, yeah, but I'm doing all these great things. Like, I'm taking care of myself, and I'm doing all this self-love stuff, and I'm practicing these things, and I still feel like shit about myself. It's not working. And I'm like, well, yeah, because the energy underneath it is to try, you're doing these things to try and improve yourself, rather than doing these things because you approve of yourself, okay? And this is a huge difference. So if you are approaching self-care, if you're doing your diet, if you're doing your exercise, if you're doing your journaling, if you're coloring in your mandala coloring book, if you're meditating, if you're going to yoga, if you're drinking green juice, if you're going for walks in nature, if you're taking baths, blah, 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 all with the underlying intention that if I do these things, I will become the person that I want to be, right? I'm trying to, like, if I do these things, I'll lose weight. If I do these things, I will become lovable. If I do these things, I will become this spiritual person that I can approve of. Then you're always going to be in a state where you don't love yourself, okay? It doesn't matter how much self-love you do, because it's not self-love, that's self-improvement, okay? And so long as you're on the self-improvement path, you will never be on the self-love path, and therefore you will never love your body. Okay? Because I want you to think of it this way: the self-improvement path, or the body improvement path, or the whatever improvement path, and the self-love, body love, life love path two different paths that never intersect. Okay? You're never going to take this self-improvement, body improvement, life improvement path and eventually have it just veer into love. It's never going to happen. You have to start with love. You have to start with I am already good enough. Okay? So this part 4 is the most challenging part, but it's the part that you're ready for now that you've done all this other stuff. Okay? So basically you've been starting to go inside, you've been starting to acknowledge what's really kind of going on under the surface, you've been starting to acknowledge the things about you that are good, you've been starting to tell yourself a new positive story about your body and about your life, and so now you know, you've started to come into contact with these feelings of feeling good, these feelings of feeling worthy, these feelings of already feeling good enough, okay? And so now that you know what that feels like, okay, those feelings of feeling good enough, and you might just get into that feeling for like a second while you're journaling, or a second while you're telling yourself the new story or whatever, but you started to feel that feeling. So from that, I want you to take that feeling and decide how you want to eat, decide how you want to move, decide what self-care actually feels good for you. So going from this place of I've acknowledged all the things that are already good about me. I'm starting to acknowledge that I'm not broken, I'm not messed up, I don't need to do all these things to fix myself. I'm moving from this place of feeling like maybe I'm already okay. Now what do I want to do? That is how you find your personal care. That is how you find your ability to eat a healthy diet. That is how you find your ability to work out. That is how you find all of these things, your ability to love your body. Okay? When you move from a place of I'm already good enough. I'm moving from this feeling place of I'm already good enough. I don't need to fix myself. If I never change, if I never become better, if I never blah blah blah, and I'm just this for the rest of my life, I can be okay with that. And how am I going to treat me? Okay? Because the thing is, like for me, I was constantly withholding from myself all of these things that I wanted to do and all the things that I knew made me feel good, right? Because I wasn't where I wanted to be yet. I wasn't the skinny, good with my diet, good with my exercise, perfect weight, always nice to people, blah, 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 blah person that I thought I needed to be before I could do loving and nice things for myself. And therefore, I was constantly struggling to become that person, all right? So when I made the decision to say, okay, F this, if I never lose the weight, okay? If I never lose the weight, if my body never changes, and I never am able to totally get my diet under control, and I'm never able to be this saint-like person who never gets mad at people, if I never get there, how am I going to learn to be okay with myself, right? And that is where I started to say, okay, so pretend I'm already this person, right? I'm going to connect with those good feelings that I think I can only have when I'm this awesome person, right? And you will connect with them when you're journaling. You'll connect with them when you're telling yourself the new positive story. You're starting to understand what this feels like, what it feels like to acknowledge yourself as though you're already good enough. And then so basically you start to make your choices and move from that place, all right? So that's when I said, okay, if I already had the body that I wanted, right? Let's just pretend for a second that my body is good enough. I'm not trying to change it. How do I want to eat here? Okay? I'm already good enough. I don't need to change anything about me. I'm learning that I can approve of myself. I can love myself. I can give myself credit. I can tell myself I'm good enough. I can dictate how I feel about myself with nothing on the outside needing to change. How do I want to live my life from here? Okay? And this is the biggest, most powerful tool that I have for you, is really moving from a place of moving into your self-care, moving into your lifestyle habits, moving into your routines from a place of I'm already good enough. I'm not trying to fix myself. Okay? And so this might take some time for you to wrap your mind around, right? That to let go of this idea that if you just stay on the self-improvement path long enough, eventually you're going to become this person that's awesome that you love, because it's not true. No one gets there like that, okay? The only way that you're going to feel about yourself the way you want to feel, and you're going to live the life that you want to live, is if you act like you are already good enough, okay? And you move from a place of already being good enough. So, basically step 4 is, if I was already the person that I wanted to be, if I already had everything I wanted to have, if I already was this perfect person, what would I do? right? What would I do? How would I treat myself? How would I talk about myself? How would I dress? How would I eat? How would I move? If there was absolutely no way that any of the love that I wanted or any of the perfection that I wanted could be taken away from me, what would I do? If I'm already good enough, what am I gonna do? Okay? And that is part 4 of how to love your body. Is if I was already good enough, right? I'm connecting with these feelings of positive self-esteem. I'm connecting with these feelings of, hey, my body doesn't actually have to change for me to feel good about myself. My diet doesn't actually have to change for me to feel good about myself. Nothing in my world has to change for me to feel good about myself. It's just the story I'm telling myself. So what if I were to tell myself this story that I'm already good enough? What do I want to do from here? This is how you're going to find peace. Okay? So just like we were talking about in part 2, this is how you remove that polarity, that resistance, attraction, bouncing back and forth, right? You're not resisting anything, and you're not trying to claw at anything. You see what I'm saying? You're not creating this energy dynamic of you're going to, build up so much resistance to this thing that you're attracted to it, and then you feel so bad that you resist and pull away, and then you attract and resist and pull away. This is how you move from the middle, right? This is how you move from none of these things make me anything, right? None of this determines my value or my worth. I am in control of that. So if I'm already deciding that I'm good enough, what do I want to do from this place, right? This is how you get rid of that crazy, just like swinging back and forth of all that stuff. And this is how you get rid of all of these expectations on your body to be a certain way in order for you to be happy, in order for you to love yourself, okay? This is really how you find that place of I can love myself no matter what. I have unconditional loving, accepting, approval for myself no matter what, because I know that it's not actually about my body. I've proven it to myself. I've seen how it's not about this. And I've seen how I can decide for myself how I'm going to feel, not based on my body at all. So how can I move from this place of already feeling good enough, right? I've practiced these feelings. I'm starting to practice these feelings. So now I'm going to put these practice these feelings. I'm going to put this feeling practice into practice by moving from that place, right? So if I'm already in this energy of feeling good about myself, how do I want to eat? I'm already in this energy of feeling good about myself. How do I want to dress? I'm already in this energy of feeling good about myself. How do I want to move? So for me, I was like, okay, I'm in this energy of already feeling good about myself, already feeling like I'm perfect, already feeling like nothing needs to improve. I'm like, if this is how I am for the rest of my life, I'm pretending that this is perfect for me and nothing needs to change. How am I moving? Well, I'm not friggin' doing 2 hours of exercise a day and like killing myself, because that sucks and I hate it. I'm just gonna do yoga and walk. So that's what I did, okay? That's literally what happened. Like, I stopped doing all of these things. Same thing. Okay, so if I'm already at the perfect weight, pretending that I'm already there and everything's great and nothing's gonna change, how do I want to eat? Okay, well, I don't want to be this like crazy person who's like constantly calculating my calories and constantly like thinking like, is this gonna make me gain weight? Is this gonna make me lose weight? Is this the food that's gonna be the thing? Blah, blah, blah. That sucked. I just wanted to eat food that tasted good. Like, really, and like foods that made me feel good and foods that made me feel light, because if it wasn't about my weight, it was about feeling good inside my body. And so, and if I could do that without my weight being a factor, I could actually tune in to what my body was telling me that it wanted to eat. Does that make sense? Okay, so I want you to play with this, okay? If you're moving from this place of already feeling good enough, what are you gonna do? Okay, what are you gonna stop doing? What are you gonna start doing? If you're already good enough, you're no longer on the self-improvement path, you're now on the self-love path, which says, I'm already valuable, I'm already worthy. Even if I stay being 200 pounds overweight for the rest of my life, I can love myself, and I can approve of myself, and I can accept myself because I've seen that I can do that. What am I going to do from that place? Okay? So that's what I want you to do for step 4, okay? Just feel those feelings of already being good enough, of approving of yourself, of accepting yourself, of loving yourself, of telling yourself the new positive story, and make your self-care choices, your diet choices, your movement choices, your clothing choices, your expression choices from that feeling place, okay? And I've primed you. You can feel it. I know that you can feel it. You've done the exercises. If you've gotten to this point, you do know how to feel this, okay? And I want you to practice moving from this place rather than moving to the place of I'm not good enough and I'm trying to fix myself, okay? So that's step 4. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If you like this, like it, subscribe, share, blah, 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 all that great stuff. If you want to do the Perception Diet telecourse with me, I want you to send me an email to theperceptiontrainers@gmail.com because I think I'm going to be running that course maybe in the next couple of months. So send that to me. So basically we just go through the book all together. We do the exercises together. We get to talk about it. You get to talk to me. And it's like I say in the last video, it's like coaching with me without having to coach with me. And so it's really fun and it's really great and I love doing it. And so if you're interested, send me an email. And yeah, that's basically it. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.